6:18, welcome back to KHQA. This morning we're going to check in with Ben Yount from Illinois Watchdog.org, live via Skype in Springfield this morning. Good morning, Ben.
Morning, Shan. How are you? Cold enough?
It's, yeah, and then some. So, how are things in Springfield? Not so much cold anymore now that they have pension law on the books?
Yeah, it's been a pretty remarkable week since we saw pension reform passed. I mean, it has been 7 days since it was passed. And Illinois is starting to slightly see just a few good things, but politicians seeing some bad things. The good news first, Standard & Poor's has slightly upgraded Illinois' credit rating. We used to have a negative future, now it's a developing future. Our bonds are still pretty bad, A-, almost junk, but Standard & Poor's saying, hey, listen, we can see some light at the end of the tunnel, although their upgrade came with a warning, said if pension reform is not implemented or implemented quickly, that's going to have an even more disastrous impact on the state's credit than anything that has happened before. So, good news going forward, but there's still a lot of work.
Right, because this is still going to go to court, the pension reform.
Yeah, you've got a legal challenge, then you have the process of actually putting the law into practice, and lawmakers have to make sure that they stick to the spending goals set in the law. The other impact that pension reform is having, you're starting to see the political impact. The governor pretty much getting a warning that he's not going to get as much union money as he had. Since 2000, the governor's collected $7 million in campaign contributions from the state's public employee unions. Talked to a couple of Democrats yesterday, asked them, is there any way that the governor can win back that support? They said maybe reopen a few prisons. But the only real hope for the governor and the unions is if Bruce Rauner wins the GOP nomination. See, the unions, while they will never forgive or forget Pat Quinn for pension reform, they absolutely hate Bruce Rauner. So the governor, if he wants that campaign money, needs to get the conservative Republican as his opponent to fall.
Wow, so a lot of stuff has been done in the state capitol, but there's a long way to go, and it's still very, very interesting before we get to the primaries.
We've got tax increase, we've got tax reform. We've got all sorts of stuff on the agenda for next year. Yeah, it's pension reform, just the first hurdle. We get the rest in 2014.
All right. Well, Ben, we appreciate your time as always, my friend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
See you next week.
Kristen?